Today on The Connection, students at Lavallee learn about one of the 7 sacred teachings. Students at Shamrock donate socks for a great cause. And a tough week for divisional teams during the St. Vital Invitational Volleyball Tournament.
Live from the LRSD TV studios and brought to you by the broadcast media students from the Riel Arts and Technology Center, you are watching The Connection. And now, here are your anchors, Marco Alcala and Arshdeep Singh.
Thanks for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Marco Alcala. On October 26, Lavallee School held an assembly for all students to learn an important message. Everyone gathered to learn about one of the 7 teachings. Treat people the way you want to be treated is something the staff at Lavallee School is passionate about teaching to their students. The K-8 school piled into the gym Thursday afternoon for an assembly about 7 teachings presented by the leadership class. Students learned why the bison represented respect, why it is important, and different ways to be respectful every day.
You have to foresee how others feel before you do or say something about them. When we talk about respect, we break it down into 3 areas. Respect others, respect yourself, respect our community.
When I was working with the 5-6 class, we really talked about treating others, how we want to be treated. So we're kind of using that as our golden rule. I think it's now more important than ever to be sharing what respect is, what it looks like, and how we can share that with others.
I think intentionally teaching to students about respect is important because it's really about instilling, showing kindness and compassion to all of our classmates and all of the people that are coming into the building here at Lavallee.
Vice Principal Stephen Housen says he hopes to have more assemblies to teach kids more important life skills. In this month of October, Shamrock School started a fundraiser to help Main Street Project's Socktober. With more on this story is Minraj Grewal.
Socks and more socks. Shamrock School had begun a school-wide donation bin to collect socks for Main Street Project's Socktober. It's a donation-free drive where students from K to 8 can donate socks that will later be donated to the Main Street Project. This fundraiser was organized by Ms. Hewitt's grade 7 to 8 class. Other grade 7 to 8 classes were tasked to advertise the donation bin throughout the school, making posters and daily announcements on the intercom system at the beginning of the day. The students set a goal of 1,000 pair of socks. They smashed their goal by acquiring over 1,200 pairs of socks to be later be donated to the Main Street Project.
It means a lot because people, like in Winnipeg, it's really cold in the winter especially, so it's really good. Well, I helped design some of the boxes that we used to put in other classrooms. I helped because we reached out to some stores. If they had any spare socks, they could give us so we could reach our goal. And we went to classrooms and told them what it was about so they could bring socks to the future.
It's really good that we get to help the unfortunate by giving them their socks, right? Because these socks help them feel really better because they can finally have something to cover their feet. I feel really good about it because now we've gotten over 1,000 by so far, and it's really good for us,
The students later delivered all the donated socks to Virgin Radio, where they pledged to match all of their donations. Many schools across the city donated socks to help with Socktober, not just Shamrock School. Inside the lobby, there were bins full to the brim of socks, with even more still coming.
Main Street Project does a lot of good. We know that warm socks make all the difference in the winter. If you have cold feet, you're not going to last long out there. So it's something we jumped on board with. So we've been trying to do a match program for the last few years. So we get some partners usually help us. So we reach out to some of our contacts, and if we can find some people to help match, then we do our best to just start getting donations, and then those are matched, and then we get a bigger chunk out to the people that need them.
Our goal is to match 5,000 pair of new socks. So that means automatically, boom, there's 10,000 pair of socks. You can drop socks off at our office. So we're 1445 Pembina Highway, and we're open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So even though we're moving on to November, It's not a big deal at all. We will gladly accept donations of socks until the socks stop rolling in. And we will take those to Main Street Project once they come in.
The final number of donated socks has yet to be counted, although LTI and Chrissy Troy believe they have surpassed their original goal of 10,000 socks. If you would still like to donate socks for Socktober, you can donate them at the Virgin Radio, Main Street Project Food Bank, and the Essentials Market 661 Main Street. For The Connection, I'm Manraj Garewal.
Finding out your next steps in your career is an important step when going through high school. Later this November, the Riel Arts and Technology Center is hosting a career symposium for all students in our division. Our own Micah Rivers-Valek is standing with the organizer for this event. Micah?
Thanks, Marco. I'm here with Adriano Magnifico today to talk a little bit more about the CAPS event. CAPS is the Career and Post-Secondary Symposium. Could you please tell me a little bit more about the event?
I'd be happy to. The CAPS event is the Louis Riel School Division's signature career development event for students in Louis Riel School Division and the general public. It's going to have a variety of activities for students to begin that important thought process about what does the future hold for me after high school. So there will be 25 colleges, universities, post-secondaries, training institutions. There will be 45-ish industry professionals who will talk about what their day looks like. So students can sit down with a lawyer, a doctor, a psychologist, an engineer, to give them that extra sense of, does this profession connect to me? So that's important. There will be RBC Royal Bank Interview Center where kids can go practice their interview skills. There will be live job boards hosted by Yes Manitoba and Volunteer Manitoba. So students can get some practical, real-life jobs and start applying for them right away. So we think it'll be a very busy space. It'll be a space where students will have plenty to think about, plenty to reflect on, and plenty to think about for themselves as they move forward in their courses. It's a great opportunity to start connecting their courses, those 30 credits they have to acquire, to what the future can hold for them.
Could you tell me a little bit more about what kind of students you're trying to reach?
Our general target market is the high school student. Although we're opening it to the general public, we've had some inquiries about college students, anyone in the general public who wants to come in and connect. It is not a job fair per se, but it is a space where you can build a network and connect to some people in the job market. General population is the high school student, but we welcome anyone who wants to come.
I see. Thank you very much for answering my questions today. Guys, remember that the CAPS event is here at the Louis Riel Arts and Technology Center on November 21st from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Back to you, Marco.
Switching over to sports, it was a big night last night for the Dakota football program. The JV12 team was in action as they were getting ready to play for all the marbles in the league championship game against Oak Park. Chris Curry reports.
It's the undefeated Dakota Lancers taking on the underdog Oak Park Raiders. Oak Park came to the game with a losing 3-4 record, but got the action going here. Deep in Lancers territory, Braden Kahansky with a great pass to Aiden Killmeister, setting them up near the goal line. On the very next play, it's a little brotherly shove as the Oak Park Raiders would miss the extra point, but make it 6-0 Raiders. Dakota now with a good drive will hand it off to Noah Lee as he goes untouched. He runs into the end zone. He makes it 7-6 Lancers. Now, off to the second quarter. It's now 9-6 Dakota, but Oak Park has something going again. Quarterback Braden Kahansky looks to the far sideline, spots a wide open Grayson Ross. He breaks a tackle. He dives into the end zone. It is now 13-9 Oak Park. It's a back and forth game. Dakota midway through the second quarter. He'll hand it off to Noah Lee again. He breaks through, scores his second touchdown of the game, giving Dakota a 16-13 lead. Late in the half, just 30 seconds to go, and Lancers quarterback Kahil Ho Sang will find Brady Templeton deep downfield, setting up a late scoring chance for Dakota. 2 plays later, just 12 seconds to go, Ho Sang will look deep into the end zone, and touchdown Dakota, Jaden Wall. It is now 23-13 Lancers. Now here's where it gets fun. On the ensuing kickoff, just 10 seconds left in the half, and Oak Park bobble it, and Dakota, they're going to land on it, giving them one more shot for points in the half. Final play, Ho Sang back to pass, looking, and he'll spot Hudson Setkovich, makes the contested catch, breaks the tackle, gets into the end zone, and is now suddenly 30-13 Dakota heading into halftime. Now late in the third quarter, Oak Park, they got to kick it back to Dakota. It will be fielded by Hudson Setkovich. He starts running it towards the close sideline, laterals it back to Brady Templeton. He dodges one Oak Park Raider. He'll dodge a second Oak Park Raider. He gets pushed out. No, he gets past the third and a fourth, and there he goes, 75 yards to the house. And boy, oh boy, that is going to end the game. Dakota are your 2023 JV12 City champions. They'll take it 44-13 and end their Cinderella story with a perfect 7-0 record.
Switching over to volleyball, our division held its biggest tournament of the year this past weekend. The St. Vital Invitational took place over 4 division schools. None of our teams made the final. However, CJS did make it to the third place game. With more on the final on the third place game, here's Montana Beatty.
First up, we have the third place matchup with College Jean taking on Vincent Massey. The first set wasn't fairly close as CJS was able to take a 25-16 victory. Moving into the second set, this set was a lot closer, but CJS would end up taking this set as well, 25-22. Vincent Massey would bounce back with a set win of their own, decreasing CJS's lead 2-1. But CJS was not fazed as they would end up taking the fourth and final set, 26-24, making them the third place champions. Moving on to the grand finals, we have the Selkirk Royals taking on the Steinbach Sabres. In the first set, the set was very close with both teams trading points throughout the entire game. Selkirk was never able to have more than a 3-point lead throughout the game, but still kept a lead for the entire set. This game would end up being closed out by Selkirk with a 25-23 victory with a beautiful spike to the back of the court. On to the second set, which started off fairly similar to the first one with both teams trading points. Until the Sabres decided to take a 4-point lead late in the set, even going up 20-16. The Royals would be unfazed by this, however, and would end up making a comeback and would end up winning the set 25-22 despite being down by 4 late in the set. Moving on to the third set, where the Sabres would end up taking an early lead with this beautiful spike, making it 9-5 early in the game. They would not let this lead go, however, as they would increase it to 16-10. The Selkirk Royals was not fazed, however, as they would end up making a comeback, tying the game and even taking a 19-18 lead. The Royals would not give up this lead as they would end up taking the third and final set, 25-19, making them your St. Vital Invitational champions of 2023.
For today's show of Connection, you can watch our previous and latest show on the YouTube channel LRSD TV.
We are also broadcasting some of the best sporting events in the next 4 weeks, including the St. Vital Invitational, the Provincial Volleyball Championships, and the Winnipeg High School Football Championships. Watch all the action live on LRSD.TV. You can also send us your stories to cover that are happening at your school by emailing us at lrsdtv@lrsd.net.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter LRSD TV, on Facebook, Instagram, and on the YouTube channel LRSD TV.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.